meditate till midnight, and we'll go and perform the ritual. Now, this is rather foolish, I think, because he could sip this potion. It could be poison. Imagine that, we get this far fighting for our lives, pirouetting and spinning and watching people die beneath our, beneath our mighty blades, and then we just stupidly drink a potion that some stranger has given us and we just keel over and die. And there ended the tale of the mighty Geralt of Rivia, fooled by a visionary. A greedy visionary to that as well. Okay, so I'm supposed to drink something, so let's drink the potion. If we can find it. There we go. Visionary's potion. Actually, it's a buff. Wow. Vigor regen, vitality regen, and yeah, in and out of combat. Wow. Poison it is not. In fact, it's pretty a handy potion. There we go. Feel alive. And I need to remember the events. Maybe I should get my notepad out. My memory's pretty bad.
I'm too old for this.
Oh no. A bird. A big bird flapped its wings. What am I supposed to do? Defeat the big bird? There's a mushroom. Is that a mushroom? No. What is this? Mushrooms are growing everywhere. Am I a midget? What the hell?
Don't know that anybody needs to know about that one.
What happened? It's morning. Tell the visionary about your vision. What's this? The visionary notes, number 1. Aha! Thought I might find them at some point. The visionary notes. Part 1. We've read part 2 and 3, so let's read part 1. I must be repentant. After years spent living in error, no soldierly vice was too vile for me. During my years of service I embraced gambling, alcohol, sloths, lies and evil profanity. I took lives, and not just when ordered. I was cruel. Today I see clearly that I had sunk into a darkness from the depths of which I could not see the light. Miss Sabrina Glevisig, bright and pure as a goddess, shone like the light of a candle in the blackest night. She always supported the soldiers and tried to draw me on the path of righteousness, yet I was blind to the light. God, all this light talk. Okay. So what did happen in that dream, if I need to recall it? I just remember seeing a big bird, some mushrooms that seemed to be growing at an alarming rate, and then I woke up on a ledge. Typical hangover after a good night out, perhaps. Some Jagger stuff. So tell the visionary about our vision. See if he believes us. Where the hell are we? How to get out of here? Am I going the right way? Yes. Oh. Here come the harpies again. Harp off. You look a bit stressed.
Huh? What other matters?
I did what you asked.
Tell me what you saw.
A strange forest and a giant hen.
You may think I'm as mad as you are, but in my vision I walked through a forest where the trees were huge mushrooms and a giant chicken walked between them, pecking at the underbrush.
You have no idea how happy I am. I've been having this vision of a giant hen among mammoth mushrooms for weeks. I thought I'd lost it, gone insane. Turns out my herbs must have gone off. I need to gather new ones, but that's my concern. Ask me what you do.
So we've passed the
You
test.
must know a lot about Sabrina Glevisig's death.
Sabrina the Martyr left the world of the living to protect us all.
Why the candles? What's the difference between Sabrina and other mages burned at the stake?
Others were strong in life. Her power bloomed when death wrapped its steely arms around her. She took the soldier who ended her suffering under her kind care. He never had to fear walking alone in the dark again. Have you seen the area? It's full of beasts and monstrosities. Jahan, the merciful soldier, has walked in the blaze of our power ever since. No creature born of darkness can get close to him.
Did you hear about the curse Sabrina cast on the king?
Of course. A well-deserved punishment, a ghostly spell from her crimson lips. The king concocted a cruel fate for the sorceress, humiliated her, made her suffer the flames. Bound to a wheel and placed on the stake, she suffered in a way unimaginable to ordinary humans. But when the flame reached her maiden waist, not a single cry could be heard, only words foretelling King Hensel's imminent demise. Let a shooting star split the heavens and mark its mortal journey with a braid of blood. Let fools be duped by the sight of fish scales, turned by magic into square pieces of gold. Let the unicorn violate 1,000-year-old rules, prompting a just punishment. Sabrina suffered so badly that a merciful soldier ended her torment, thrusting his spear into her aching heart.
Shooting star that splits the heavens. I've seen that shooting star. I remember commenting on it, whether it was the start of this session or the last session, or I remember saying, look at the, looking up at it and seeing it. So perhaps that foretelling, that curse is just about to come to fruition. Maybe Hensel's in a bit of danger.
Any chance of finding that spear?
It was so long ago, Witcher, but I believe the spear went to another soldier. The bugger sells relics from Our Lady by the Camp Inn.
I know who you mean.
So he's got it. Well, looks like I'm going to pay another visit to Mr. Relic Hunter, isn't it?
Now, back to some other matters. Is Jahan still around?
Jahan is dead. He didn't deserve to bask in the glory of the Lady.
So Sabrina's mercy has limits.
You don't know what you're talking about, Witcher.
Tell me again what you know about Sabrina.
What exactly do you want to know?
So long.
Nothing. So back to the relic vendor, eh? It seems that we're doing a few treks back and forth this session. See if I can remember my way back without looking at the map. Should do. I've been up here enough times by now. This is looking promising. Okay, time for me to test my sword once again. Come forth, come forth. Is that a Necker? Put down. Them Necker warriors gave me some trouble in the first chapter. This time, just swatted away like an irksome bug. Love it.
Not another fucking stone.
So if we manage to get this spearhead from the relic hunter, I wonder what is. Oh yeah! Don't shut the door in my damn face, you rude person.
I'm done with this cursed place.
La 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 la.
Relics, artifacts, trinkets and talismans, hallowed and highly valuable.
I'm back again.
I know you have the spear Jahan used to pierce Sabrina's heart.
I told you about that, and I thought the old freak was trying to forget the sins of his past.
You know Jahan well?
He despises me now, but things used to be different. We were called up at the same time. We fought under Hensel together. But I managed somehow, while he hated it. Why did they send him to that ferocious battle? He was the worst dumbass in the entire army, but he outlived the best soldiers. Covered in shit, piss, snot and tears, and still he survived. He cracked when they burned Sabrina. A beautiful end to a fucking beautiful day. Then he went to the dogs. He pissed away all he had on drink. I was the fool who followed him and brought everything he pawned around the inns. That's how I got the spear.
I need that spear.
Tough luck, Witcher. I last saw it a few years back.
What happened to it?
Look how similar we are. You want knowledge, I want coin. And we both need help to get what we want.
How much?
What are your customary takings on a contract? I'll gladly accept but 1/2 of that.
This smug little face. No. I very rarely resort to intimidation tactics, normally using a hex or some less intrusive means, but I don't like this man. I don't know what it is about him, but I don't like him.
Tell me what you know and we'll part in peace.
You know the price? I can't go any lower.
You'll have to go a lot lower when it turns out your business isn't exactly crystal.
You've got nothing on me.
The camp's full of pretty simple soldier folk. I mean, I doubt they'll listen to reason when they learn one of the vendors has been chiseling them.
Bastard.
Right back at you.
You see, when Johann lost his head for Sabrina, I bought the spear from the innkeeper. The donkey's ass pawned it in the inn. He drank like a fish. By then, Johann had already hidden in the hills, where no one dares to venture. Some call him the Visionary, but in my book he's just a nutter. Beats me why the beasts don't attack him. A fisherman who supplies the canteen said that some monsters hate the smell of fish oil. Johann makes candles out of it.
What did you do with the spear?
Sorry to say I lost it in a dice game. Shame, because today it'd fetch a good price. I lost the spear to a soldier who later fought the squirrels in the forests of the Pontar Valley. He told me he'd used it to kill some Scoia'tael big shot. I heard the shaft cracked as if there'd been some fucking jousting tournament. The most interesting thing is that big shot is still alive. I heard he's now with that vixen from Aedirn. Some frigging commander. Elves are weird creatures. Who knows, maybe he still has that spearhead.
Jorvik.
You know him.
I'll tell you for 100 orens.
Bah!
Oh, that's got it.
So long.
Everything fine?
So, we'll finish the session once again by speaking with Deathmold. I think I'll take the Blue Meteorite or while I'm at it as well. As I said, I don't like him, and I'll assume it's his. Call it payment for having to put up with him. So, yes, a bit of an update there to proceedings. The path to the vision. Wow. Okay, so the Visionary was extremely satisfied with his vision. It turned out that his own visions had recently ceased, replaced by phantasms identical to Geralt's. Thus the potion was to blame. Yeah, we know about that. What else? Didn't update about the blood curse? So it turned out that a merciful soldier present at the sorceress's execution had prematurely ended the tortured soul's suffering. The event changed him. He deserted and started preaching Glevisig's sanctity. The spear he had used to pierce Sabrina's side as a powerful item was quintessential. The Witcher had to acquire it, and since he found a great source of information about the sorceress's cult, he decided to drink his fill from the wellspring of knowledge. According to the Visionary, the relic vendor now owned the spear. But after intimidating him to tell us where the spear was, we found out it was in the hands of Jorvik, and thus in Vergen. And hence we now need to update Deathmold about the situation. Okay, sounds reasonable to me.
We don't want no trouble here.
Don't worry, I don't intend to cause any.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their eggs till this mist lifts.
Won't just disappear.
He's not on the human.
Right, Deathmold, old buddy, old pal. We meet again.
By the sorceresses.
Ah! Just, I couldn't believe I didn't think of it sooner. He might just be the man to read Malget's notes.
Can you make anything out of these notes, sorcerer?
Where did you get them?
Unimportant.
And you've no notion what's in them?
Wouldn't be asking if I did.
They describe a very dangerous ritual. Practically pure necromancy. The sort that gets you burned at the stake.
Be specific. What kind of ritual?
One to summon the soul of an evil man. A man evil enough to wander the world after death. Souls of this kind gladly enter into covenants in the hope of being sent into the beyond.
Why would anyone want to deal with evil?
The possible reasons are many. You'll always find people willing to sell their souls in exchange for something valuable to them. I'll gladly buy the scroll.
I thought necromancy was forbidden.
Oh, it is, but I'm an avid collector of manuscripts containing forbidden knowledge.
Okay, so we can sell it to him for a price, or we can keep it in the hope that something develops in the future which makes its purpose more useful to us. Now, in the in Lobendon, there was an amulet. I think it was New Boy's talisman. I sold it to the witch, and therefore I lost the opportunity to use it later. Therefore, this time, I'm going to chance it and keep it. And you watch. I bet it has no further purpose, and therefore I've probably passed up the opportunity to earn some coin. But hey ho, such is life.
I think I'll keep it. Maybe I can become a collector myself.
The notes were not sold. Keep them for later use, so something may crop up which requires their use. And therefore, they would be better in my hands in that situation than in his. Right. Apparently I know how to free the King of the Curse, but unless that's from before... Oh, I know the basics of what to do. Can't do it yet, though. And why do we need magic dust?
I need magic powder to mark out the runes.
Are you aware that the formula requires powdered camphor resin?
I am.
Then you must also know that the resin is extremely valuable.
Get Henselt to pay you. I need the powder to do the exorcism, reverse the prophecy, and release him from the curse.
You should have said, I'll give you as much as you need.
Thank you.
Thanks. On the king's behalf.
I've one more thing you might find useful.
What's that?
You asked me for protective runes. I've done better. Take this grimoire, which details many. I believe there's even one for syphilis. I've marked my recommendations.
I'll be sure to pass it to Dandelion, because he's more likely to get that disease than me. So we've got a grimoire, right? Well, we're getting some handy items. I have no idea what they're used for. No doubt used to rid the curse, and I'm sure they'll come in handy later.
I've got to get through the mist, or I can't lift the curse.
I shall supply the white flag when you set out as our emissary. The lass is reputedly honourable. She'll welcome you, invite you to a feast, and with a bit of luck you may even plough her.
You're sick, Deathmold.
They say she's very pretty. Peasant girls not to your liking?
Not your concern.
In case the elves lack an understanding of diplomatic symbolism, please also take this armour. With His Majesty's blessing, I might add.
A king's concern can be boundless when his life depends on that of another.
I spent some time working on this recently. This little marvel will guide you through the fog and provide a measure of protection from the spectres.
Thanks.
Ooh!
See you.
Holy, holy, holy moly!
He is an unnatural being.
So we've got a... Wait. Okay, so we've got ourselves... It looks like we've got ourselves some items that are going to allow us to cross over through the mist, past the race, and into Vergen itself. I've taken my boots off again. Oh dear. But I do have some armour. Zerail's armour. Plus 17, plus 30 vitality, resistance to incineration, resistance to bleeding, resistance to poisoning, damage bonus on signs, 3 spots. It could be better. Perhaps slightly than my current armour in terms of its bonuses. So a couple of, well, 3, if I can put in 3 pretty good enhancements into this, you know, a couple of plus 10 vitalities with plus 2 armor, then it's going to definitely get up there to being better. So it's not quite there yet, and I don't think I have quite the runes to do it just yet. A couple of more dwarven enhancement runes, that'll be great. But yeah, I think it's got potential to be slightly better than the Banard armor, so I'm not going to sell it. I'll keep it for now, upgrade it if I get the relevant runes, but I'll keep the current armor I got on for now. So that's good. So if we go to there was a grimoire he gave me. Do I need to read this, or do I just need to use it when the time is right? Oh, some kind of ritual sign. Oh. Okay. And Mal gets notes. Something about some kind of evil ritual. Right. So we have the Tanservil's protective amulet. This should get me past the wraiths. The armour to help me when I'm crossing over and if I get into a fight, but I already have better armour, so that's fine. And an emissary flag, which should allow me to get through into Vergen, hopefully. So it looks like we may just be leaving this side of the area. Magical powder as well. So getting a few bits. So if we look to our inventory one last time for the session, sorry, not the inventory, the journal. I'll get it right one day. So here we are, the death symbolised. So the opportunity arrived when Geralt was forced to go to Vergen to search for the spearhead, supposedly in Yorva's possession. Again, hatred symbolised. Vandergrift has a sword. And this is the notes that I've just taken back. Also, the Dun Banner was somewhere beneath Vergen as well, wasn't it? So it looks like we have our next port of call. Pretty much everything has been done in this area that I can think of. But this is the session that will be uploaded whilst I'm on holiday. So if you have any snippets of information about something that I may have missed on this part of the chapter, then let me know. If there's any items I've missed in any areas I might want to explore, let me know. If not, then in the next session I'm going to be heading out across the mist to Vergen. So somewhere else to explore. Exciting times indeed. So join me next time for that. I'll see you soon.